Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect your new Applied Fluid Power Connect IoT system to your machine. First thing you're going to want to do is find access to power, ground, ignition, and any CAN buses, typically found underneath the access panel just like this. On this machine, you can see that we have access to several different CAN bus networks, power, ground, and ignition. This would be a good place to start. I'm going to go ahead and open up the top of the operator control panel here just so I have a little bit more room to do my wiring. Alright, so now you're going to want to grab the gateway, the telematics box itself, the single antenna that has the 3 connector ends on it, or the dual antenna that actually has 5 connections on it if you ordered that model. And then of course the lead wire harness that comes with it too. Go ahead and collect that and get that ready for the next step. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and prep the wire harness. In this case here, I've got a whole bunch of the inputs and the outputs wire tied together because in this installation I won't need them. Over here though, I do have power, ground, and ignition zip tied off here just for simplicity. I'm going to go ahead and remove these zip ties and use this in the installation. Now on the CAN bus wires, the CAN bus are going to be the gray wires you see here. The beige will be the USB. We're going to get this ready for the installation as well. And as you see here, I even labeled each of the wires as to how I wanted to install them. And here's a USB. And this end goes to the TCG4. So the wire harness is actually ink-jetted on each of the wires that matches the pinout in our catalog. So we're going to want to locate wire 10, wire 8, and wire 9. 8 is power, 9 is ground, and 10 is ignition. So now we need to locate the power, the ground, and the ignition wire on the machine. This is very important as it helps us program our sleep functions and make sure that we do a proper shutdown on the box. So here we have constant 12-volt power, on or off no matter what the machine is. And this one here, we've got an ignition wire that is on and off with the key switch that you see here. This is very important to make sure that we wire this up and not just kill power directly to the box. So let's go ahead and start wiring up some of the CAN bus networks. In this case here, I'm going to be wiring in Deutsch connectors, but that could be different depending on your machine. So this example here, I'm wiring up just one single CAN bus network, but you may have up to 4 depending on your installation. So now go ahead and take the connectors that you just made and go ahead and plug that into the machine CAN bus connections. If you have a machine that is using a USB connection, go ahead and plug that in now as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and start wiring up the antenna. So on the side of the TCG4 we have a 4G port, a diversity port, the GNSS or GPS, and the Wi-Fi Bluetooth port. If you order the dual antenna, you're going to notice it'll be 5 wires. The blue one here is GPS. You'll have 2 LTE ports, which are 4G, and 2 yellow Wi-Fi ports. Right now the second Wi-Fi port is not used. If you order the single antenna, you're going to have 3 wires to look at, same color coding, just one of each. In this case here, the diversity port would not be used. So let's go ahead and wire up the dual antenna. The blue GPS is going to go to the GNSS port here. You'll want to make sure that these connections are finger tight, but not too tight. There we go. LTE1 is going to go directly to the 4G port. Here again, finger tight. Same thing here with LTE2 into the diversity port. And this really gives us dual band 4G capabilities by having the dual antenna. And last but not least, the Wi-Fi port. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth combined in the same wire. And Wi-Fi 2 is not used in this installation. Alright, so now let's go ahead and connect the TCG4 and the wire harness together. Line the pins up as you see here, slide it in, and push the clip in. It does take a little strength to be able to push it in, but push it in until it's... So now go ahead and apply power to the box. You'll notice the 5 green lights at the top will come on, along with the status light. So this concludes our initial wiring video of the Applied Fluid Power Connect IoT system. Thanks for watching.